Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasifunda iy'ncwadi ey'bhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese siza la sokhuluma ngazo le ndaba esuke siyifundile. Siyixoxela laba phela abasuke bengenaso isikhathi sokuthi bay'funde iy'ncwadi nalaba abasuke benqena nje ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sizokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senze ama-reviews and or ama-recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga-any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama shows esiwabukile kwi-TV. Uma ngabe uyaqala ukusijoyina namhlanje and you really like our content, ungakhohlwa ukuthi upresse u-subscribe button la ngezansi bese uyaphinda futhi upressa i-notification bell la eduze kuka-subscribe ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Namhlanje-ke senza u-episode 7 Umndeni season 6. I haven't done Umndeni in a while, guys, because really, honestly, it was boring. Like I've said before, uma ngabe showing boring, it's very hard for me to do a review. But I went back and I watched because I wanted to just keep up and update myself ukuthi kwenzekani manje kumndeni. And obviously uMaseko and Mamkhulu are always up to something. What happened to Dabula, guys? Because I didn't watch last week. Where is Dabula? Where is Dabula, you guys? Someone needs to tell me what's going on with Dabula. I need to find the episode there last week to understand what's going on with Dabula, because this is like the first episode in a long time where I did not see Dabula at all. So Mamkhulu with Maseko, I guess the producers are just trying to come up with the story as Tile now, because it's only Maseko no Lona that were there for this episode. They had to find something to that is more interesting. And I like what they come up with this idea, guys, because I'm really just over us watching Amakhosikazi kaMaseko fighting over nothing and watching Dabula being violent and all of that. So I thought it was interesting, but I felt like Umndeni became uKhumbuleKhaya. It really did become uKhumbuleKhaya. But mayiqala ilokhuzana, on the first scene sibone umamkhulu laphayana bahlala entabeni bahleli noMaseko uthi uyaphupha. Yabona la maphupho. I think sometimes they just lie when they want to come up with a storyline. Our producers say, just say you dreamt, you had a dream. you know. And uthi uphuphile uphupha umkhulu wakhe trying to give her something. I guess ukhuluma ngomkhulu ozala uma wakhe uthi ubemnika something in a dream and akazi ukuthi iphupho lisho ukuthini. uMaseko's advise ukuthi no, go and speak to your mom and find out ukuthi ene kwenzekani. I don't know why she was crying about it because I know bahlala entabeni unedrama bafethu. Why are you crying about the fact that you dreamed about your grandfather? Anyway, funny enough, she doesn't know her grandfather, but I know it happens anyway. You can dream about somebody that you've never met, but you feel in a dream that it's that person. I know that happens. Anyway, it's just that umndeni being umndeni, mhlawumbe nephupho lela zange lize lenzeke. They just wanted to find they just wanted to find umkhulu kamahlala entabeni. But anyway, she goes home, umamkhulu uyokhuluma with ilokhuzana with uma wakhe ngendaba yephupho. It looked like uma wakhe expected that conversation. I think vele it was planned. And bakhuluma ngokuthi the fact that the grandfather wants to give her something, maybe it means ukuthi ufuna ukumnika iy'busiso ezithile ulona uMahlela entabeni. I'm guessing, you guys, that uthi they had seen them, umkhulu had seen them on TV. Uzwe ngabantu ukuthi umkhulu had said ukuthi umbonile on TV and wambona ukuthi ilokhuzana ingane womntanakhe ini what not. So angazi ukuthi that message, how did that message get to uMahlela entabeni ukuthi umkhulu had seen her on TV and recognized her as his grandchild, because bengazi ukuthi she had never met her grandfather. So akuhlangananga kahle for me there. Anyway, mabesakhuluma noma wakhe, she asked about her kids, which I never understand, you guys. I don't understand why Mahlela entabeni doesn't live with her kids, because it doesn't sound like she works. It doesn't sound like she works. So angahlali ney'ngane zakhe, uMpilo noMimi, and the other one is really like ingane, like baby. Anyway, I never understand that. I wish they could talk more about why she doesn't live with her children. So then they decided ukuthi bazohamba ke bathatha uhamba bayokubona umkhulu and they travel together. It's uMahlela Entabeni, her sister, her brother, noma wabona umkhulu. And they get there, very happy to see uLokhuzana. They get there, they see umkhulu, they think this is umkhulu. They start a conversation, they talk as if babona umkhulu. Kanti this is not umkhulu, this is the brother to umkhulu. Bekubhuti kamkhulu. Kusho kona phela ukuthi she really doesn't know her father, Uma Mahlela Entabeni. I love guys that they made this a storyline because honestly, I was surprised that she's never met her father. But it sounded like she knew where her father was. Or maybe the producers found the father because I was like, you know where your father is, you've never been there. It was strange. But I also thought it was maybe because the producers wanted to make it into a storyline. Maybe they found Ubaba Wake and then Basabe Abahambis. Because otherwise it just didn't make sense. If you guys knew where he was, why wouldn't you go and see him? You know? And Mama Flick Usama Baba. Akasahlala endlini noma kuthiwa kuza amakhamera kodwa umkhulu. So then what happened? Oh yeah, so the brother, which is umkhulu, I guess umkhulu omncane, or the brother calls ulona umkhulu usematshwaleni, and umkhulu is like, yeah, ngisematshwaleni. And then instead ukuthi umkhulu athi ngiyeza lapho, no, uthi izani la. Hayi umkhulu, why don't you come home? Kunama-visits. So they go bayofuna umkhulu. Bahlangana naye endleleni. Aisha, the mother was so happy to see Umark. I think that was really a sweet scene from Umndeni. We haven't seen something that looked close to genuine from Umndeni. We have it. Sibona ama-fake abantu kuthiwa bashonile bangashonile. But it was just I really loved it indaba yokuthi uMaka Mahla Entabeni met her father, and I think it's a good thing ukuthi Umoja Love did that for her, even though they did it for the show, of course, because they had to benefit from it. But I like that they did that for her. It was like she became like a child, like a young child meeting her father. She couldn't stop smiling. She was holding on to him. It was all nice. So they go back Elokuzana endlini. And the dad was crying as well. He was emotional, I guess. And yeah, I guess at that point, guys, when you're just old, because I mean, even though my friend Taban is older, maybe she's in her 50s, maybe late 50s. And kunokuthi ulokuqolisa ubaba wakhe amacala nje, you get to a point where you are just happy to see him. So I guess that's the thing, because obviously there are questions as to how come he was not in her life. Sonke lesikhathi. But she didn't ask any of those questions. Ubuzile nje ukuthi awukaze uze umbheke or anything, but it didn't feel like she ufuna ukumqolisa amacala. She is just happy to see ubaba wakhe. And he was crying too, he was emotional too, and yeah, they will go back to the house. Apparently nayo une-gift amadlozi everywhere lapha koMahlela Entabeni. Wandlala ucansi lana namathamba ngazi. So I'm like, oh, kushuthi naye inyanga ubaba lo. Now-ke sethi abaphosa imahhala. Ubaba ingane yakho is coming to see you after a very long time, but you're expecting them to give you gifts. It didn't make sense to me. But I was like, I'm cool. Thola imali yokusithengela ijuba. NoMahlela Entabeni was asking ukuthi manje why fanele siphose imali lana? But baphosa imali, I think Mahlela ukhipha u-R100. I think the sister was at R50 or R20, just babonga ukuthi bafikile. I don't understand. The visitors came. Ufanele ubanike something, but bona banika wena something. Then I didn't understand. I feel like umkhulu ubefuna just some money to buy himself, something nyana yokuphuza as eficwe ematshwaleni vele. But I really think ukuthi it was like it was a nice storyline for Umndeni, you guys. But I still feel like Umndeni is all over the place. Like we don't know what's happening. It's like I think a story that we are following week to week. It's like this week, Sibona Ofezil. Da 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 gyali. The next Sibona look. There's a new slay queen, kuliwe ne-slay queen. Asikho isitori esisilandelayo. Even when you miss an episode, it's like you haven't missed an episode, because what they talk about last week is not what they're going to talk about next week. So it's like, what What the hell? What is the plan here, producers? But siyabuka ngoba indaba vele siyayithanda. Yeah, but this one was a nice one, you guys. I mean, she got to meet her father. Her kids got to meet their grandfather. You know, even if something happens to him now, at least they got to meet. Now she knows where her father is, and to wait for that long before you meet your father, you guys. I thought it was a nice storyline. This one for them to do. But I'm wondering what's Upu Dabula, guys. Please tell me if you watched last week, what happened to Dabula? Why is he not on the episode? Is he finally fired for being violent and chasing people with knives? Is that the reason? Anyway, like the video before and share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Time.